They're coming. Hey guys, this is Team Financial Fitness for episode number 2 of how to get into rental properties when they get right. And we're headed in that direction. Today we want to talk about LLCs, how important they are, what my wife thinks about them, and what I think. We'll elaborate that on more, and we're going to answer some questions that we got in the comment section. We've got some awesome questions in the comment section. Keep them coming, guys. I love it. I love comments. Pour them to me. So, you want to cover the LLC first?
Well, what do you think about the LLC? What do you think it means for a business?
I don't want people to not buy a rental property because they don't have an LLC. That's what I don't. It's like a big hang up. It's like, well, I didn't do that yet. I didn't have an LLC. I don't. So if you know you're going to do that, go ahead and get one. But don't feel like you've done anything.
See, and I'm different. I'm a rule follower because I think you need an LLC before you buy a property, because if not, you have to deed it over later. So if you buy it personally, then you have to deed it over to a title company to the LLC. And this is why I think it's so incredibly important. And a lot of people pass this up when they go to do rental properties.
No, it is important. I do agree. 100%.
It is. So he and I
But don't let it stop you from getting number one. That's what I want to push across, because get number one. Get that one rent house. Go through all the pains. Just figure it out. Don't let anything hold you back. Shoot first and ask the questions. Just get it, because it's going to be an experience and you got to go through that first one. But after that first one, you'll know. But if you can, go ahead and get an LLC now if you're really planning on doing it. But don't let it hold you up. Okay, keep going.
Correct. Don't let it hold you up. But if you do, be prepared that you're going to have to deed it over to the LLC. Because the LLC, basically, it separates you from the owner. So I just have a little bit of legal information because I'm the nerd of this. What do you call it?
I can streamline it for you.
Huh? I'm the nerd of this corporation
you're
here.
The smart one.
So if you have money invested in a company, it's like, so as your home, your bank account, all that kind of stuff, it separates you from that. So it removes all the liabilities from you associating with. So if you have an LLC and you put something in LLC, all your personal stuff, it removes you from that. So I'm big on that. We have 5.
Yes.
Everything we do, I'm like, nope, we're going to an LLC. So that's how we run our business, because it separates. You also need to have separate bank accounts when it comes to LLCs. So if you have an LLC, go to a separate bank entity, open account, and I know I'm boring.
No, it sounds so hard. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. No, guys, marry a smart nerd. Marry a hot nerd, because she helps me so much, because I can see it. Here's the deal. You have your cookie jar and you have your business cookie jar. And if you get sued, they can only get in your business cookie jar. They can't touch yours.
Yes, that is the point.
That's how you have to see it. Now, I come home with this information. I'm like, hey, we need an LLC. Would you figure it out?
Yeah. Not only that, but it's important. So it even gets more than that. So if you have loans for a rental properties, you need to keep them in a separate bank account over here. So say you have XYZ Bank. Keep your banking account over in here, XYZ. It's very important to learn this kind of stuff, learn the different logistics of this kind of stuff, because it will so help you. Learn what you can write off. Oh my goodness. What you can write off through LLCs is amazing, but you have to learn it, and you have to keep the receipts, and you have to create a file, and you have to provide it to the tax company, and you can write off anything, everything. That's a huge benefit, and that's what they say right here. The profit distributions is a huge tax write-off.
Okay, so you go file for an LLC, it's like $50. Right?
No, it's like 85 or 115, I think.
It's not that much.
That's in Louisiana. I don't know everywhere else.
And that gives you your cookie jar. And then you can link your bank account to your cookie jar. You can link, because you don't want to muddle funds. You don't want to get everything mixed up.
No.
Because a lawyer can say, hey, those aren't separate. So let everything go to here. Pay all your bills out of here. Keep it separated. This is its own little entity. Okay?
That's correct.
Yeah. So you can see how that would help you in your business. But don't let it hold you up. Get that first one. I don't care what it takes. Get it. Get it over with. I don't even care if you lose money on it. It doesn't matter because you'll know the next time.
Yeah. You can pay yourself. So we have a partnership LLC, and we can pay ourselves. And you have to figure out, contact your tax guy, your lawyer, whatever, but there are ways you can pay yourself to get money out of that. But just don't mingle funds without a proper way to do it.
Yeah, we're not lawyers or financial advisors.
No, we're not. No, we've learned the hard way.
Yeah. So let's answer some questions.
Yeah.
What do you think? Did we streamline that? That's good enough. That's what you need to know about LLCs. Don't let it hold you up, but you need one.
Yeah. Yep, you need one.
There's thousands of videos and lawyers talk about it. That's my outlook on it. You saw her nerdy outlook on it. I'm so thankful for her. Thank you for doing
I'm
all
the
that.
nerd.
Hot nerd. So,
Okay.
read us a question in the comment section. I love them.
So we posted a video yesterday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And man, we have got some amazing questions, which I thought was very interesting. One is Maggie. So found you on Economic Ninja, which, oh my goodness, we absolutely love him. And one question is, what are the key things you look for when buying a rental home? So,
Ooh.
that's a good question.
Yeah. I like slab houses. I like houses that are devalued, that are, something that needs a little fixing up. That's what
Yeah.
I look for. That's kind of the two things. I'm not into trailer houses. I'm not into low income. I'm just buying valuable assets. That's something that I would live in. When I first started this, they told me, don't buy anything that you would live in. Don't fix it up nice. Just get it good enough. And I thought, man, if I got to do that, I don't want to do it, So that's what I look for. I look for something nice that needs work, that we can get it, get the bank to like. And that's what I look for. What do you look for?
I look for property value. So I'm also a real estate agent. So I look for what the trends are, what's going on in the area. Are they going up? Are they going down? I look for how things are going in the neighborhood. That's kind of what I look for. I look for, is it a good area that people mainly rent or mainly people buy? So it's kind of it's a mix. And I also look to see what is going on with the house. Is there something structurally wrong or something like that?
That's a really good point.
Yeah, so there's
I happen to have a wife for a real estate agent. So you need to find a real estate agent. Start building these relationships. You've already got a relationship with your banker, or you're going to. Now start calling real estate agents that are in the market and they know what's going on, because I'm a welder. I'm doing all kind of other things. I know I want rental properties, but I don't have, I married one. Well, she wasn't one when I married her, but anyway, that's important.
Yeah, it
because
is.
You need to get that ball rolling.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, you need a good contact. You need to form a community. All right, next question. Donna. So I had a rental property that consistently showed a loss. They said no when she was trying to refinance. And my credit score has always been mid-70s or higher, which is good. So you want to get enough deductions.
700s.
Yeah, 700, sorry. So you want to get enough deductions to show a loss. However, the loss can come back and lessen your chance of the next loan that you want. So here, that's a tricky question, because you show a loss on some of your rent houses because you have
we don't know
write-offs.
our situation.
No, we don't.
I don't
True.
know how your numbers are. If your houses aren't cash flowing
True.
and you've got too many write-offs, then you've got problems with getting another loan. So, I don't know what your deal is, but I see what you're saying. That happens to a lot of people that write off too much. It shows they don't make enough and they have a hard time getting along. I got plenty of friends like that, and especially people like me that are self-employed, that we write off the world. Bankers kind of really look at us. So
They do. It's tough. And you have to figure out a way to... Well, I had a lady the other day. She said, you need to write a letter to explain why you're writing all this stuff off.
that's a good idea.
I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I was like, all right, I got
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the next question is from Kurt. So he says,
Kurt. He
Yeah.
comments on every video. Thanks, brother. You're awesome. See what
So-
Kurt says.
so I said, I don't make a lot of money, but I manage it well. I have a fair amount of cash and assets. My credit is like 750 something.
That's
Do you
good.
think, yeah, that's really good. Do you think I have a leg to stand on being 60 years young with bank loaning to me?
Absolutely. I'm pumped to know you, man. I feel like I know you a little bit because we talk in the comments all the time. Absolutely. The world is
Absolutely.
yours and everything in it.
If you will just go to them with what we've discussed earlier with a financial statement,
That's exactly what you need. Get your financial statement, write it out, all your assets, all your liabilities, minus what your net worth is, take it to the bank. What else do you need? They'll say, well, we need paycheck. We went over that yesterday. Give them that, and then you can start finding deals.
Yep.
And when the numbers work on those deals, you got a rental property, and they start puking out money. It's like, pow, wow, there's money. And it's coming in every month.
Yeah.
I really want to encourage you to do it. Go for it.
absolutely. And matter of fact, the next couple videos we're going to do how to do some of that stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, Alex is the next one. Said, this is good content. I'm happy it's being offered. I am just starting to consider a rental. Once you had the idea to get a rental, how long did it take you to gain enough knowledge and maybe confidence to purchase a rental? Cool, that's a good question.
Yeah, well, that kind of fell on me.
You did.
Yeah,
You
well,
did.
So I have an hour to drive, and I have earbuds. I got some here. I got them everywhere. I've been through like 7 or 8 pairs of them. We live in the age of information. You can learn anything. And I would listen to every podcast, anybody that had anything to say about rental properties, I listened to it. And you can start connecting the dots and start realizing, whoa, this will work. This is, you start to pick up on it. But making that move, making that first jump, that's what I was telling you earlier. Don't let that LLC mess you up. Make that first move. Go through with it. You're not going to get killed. You're using somebody else's money anyway.
And we will show you, I think, in the next couple of videos of what we did to make that first move, that first offer, how we negotiated it, and maybe it'll show you how it helped you guys. It'll help us because it was scary. That first offer we did, it was like, oh my goodness, what are we doing?
Yeah,
and,
it was like, I was like, we're doing it.
Yeah,
we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And we
did it. And we did it.
And it worked.
Yeah.
And we didn't do great on the first one. We didn't knock it out of the park, but we didn't lose money. We kind of, it was
We
a
learned.
mediocre deal, but we learned so much. It was like, and now we're still getting paid from that one rental.
Yes.
The very first one is still spitting out money.
But anyway, we'll show you later. Yeah.
Yep.
How we learned
How to
all
find
that kind of
houses
stuff.
is
Yep.
the next one.
Yep. Okay, so this is a really interesting question, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your first name, so I'm going to just call you Mr. Redman. Said it was and Chris said it, we need to make sure and address this. While I totally understand the strategies of using the bank's money and debt to play the real estate game, I believe finding undervalued value-add properties and paying cash is the way to go, and we're all for that.
That's
finding
the way I
undervalued
used
values.
to think, too.
Particularly in the single-family market. Taking on debt for a single tenant can get a little dicey, especially in today's climate. In my opinion, buying cash is simpler, less stressful, and better monthly cash flow. Yes, it's a slower pace depending on your nest egg, but the peace of mind that comes from with owning debt free is very comforting. I thought that was a very interesting question.
Yes, well,
So what do you have to say?
It goes back to how many houses do you want? If you want 1 or 2,
Yep.
and you want to wrap your life savings up, or I don't know your situation. I mean, if you got millions of dollars, then absolutely pay cash for them. But if you could wrap up your life savings into 1, 2, or 3 houses, and then you're out all that money, then that's a risk. For me, that would be a major risk. I'd rather knock something off my credit score than lose my life savings. You know what I mean? So you got to think about that. You got to think about the reasons too. Like, say a tornado came through the neighborhood and tore your house up, and the insurance company didn't want to pay, because sometimes they do that. Guess who goes to bat for you? The bank. They got bigger lawyers than you. You don't get to do that, and they go after them. Let's say a tenant gets hurt, okay, and they say, "Well, I'll just sue the landlord." They go to the lawyer, and the landlord looks at the paper and say, "No, they owe a ton of money on this house. You're not going to get anything." You see what I'm saying? There's some really good things about using other people's money, and I encourage you to go search all of everything to see the pros and cons, because I'm not the authority on it. I just have my own opinions about it. So I hope you got to take something home from this. It was a pleasure doing it with my wife. And hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because tomorrow we're going to talk about what deals to look for, how to find them, and our favorite ways to get them, because we're going to get busy as this thing starts coming down. I will see y'all tomorrow.